With the exception of Infinity War, Clint Barton, aka Hawkeye, has been a mainstay of the Avengers gatherings, and the introduction of his wife Laura in Age of Ultron proved that Earth's mightiest heroes could have a home life as well. If the kind, supportive Mrs. Barton looks familiar, it's probably because you've almost definitely seen Linda Cardellini in something before. The actress has been active in Hollywood for more than 2 decades and has racked up some impressive credits along the way. From roles in children's favorites of the late 90s to peak TV appearances, here's where you may have seen Cardellini before. TGIF. After enjoying a breakout role in ABC's kid thriller series Bone Chillers, Cardellini spent a great deal of her early career in the kid-centric television circuit. She enjoyed cameo roles in TGIF shows like Step by Step and Boy Meets World, and also made appearances on Third Rock from the Sun and the Clueless small screen series. Boy Meets World was significant for her because it was the first role for which she was recognized out and about, albeit for all the wrong reasons. As she told the AV Club,
"I was at my hometown carnival and about 8 kids ran up to me. They couldn't have been older than 8 years old and yelled, 'Home Wrecker!'"
Hey, those Team Topanga fans can be intense. Good Burger. Cardellini's silver screen breakthrough came by way of Nickelodeon's Good Burger, a bizarre fast food film based on a regular sketch from the TV network's All That. In the movie, she appears as Heather, a young woman in a mental institute whose history may or may not include breaking into a zoo to free the kangaroos at the behest of space aliens.
I'm a psychopath.
I'm Ed.
She'd later reunite with the film stars Kenan Thompson and Kel Mitchell for an episode of their buddy comedy Kenan and Kel. Strangeland. Shortly after the advent of the AOL chat room came Strangeland, a feature-length PSA about the dangers of meeting strangers online. Although the technology is now outmoded, the movie's message is still as relevant as today as it was back then, and Cardellini's turn as a girl who's abducted after going to the fake party of a guy she met on the internet still produces a lot of terror. Freaks and Geeks. After earning several regular television spots in series that didn't last, Cardellini landed the central role of Lindsay Weir in NBC's Freaks and Geeks. The show featured her as an awkward high schooler who decides to make friends with some of the less academically inclined members of the student population, much to her parents' disappointment. Although it was cancelled after the first season, it's since become a cult favorite.
I loved the show. I continue to love it. Like, I feel so lucky. It's one of... How can you not be proud of that show?
It may not have offered her long-time job security at the time, but the series does offer her one heck of a highlight reel as the series continues to draw in new fans. Legally Blonde. Cardellini's appearance in this romantic comedy taught us all about the unexpected legal importance of a solid hair care regimen. In Legally Blonde, Cardellini takes the stand as the daughter of a murdered millionaire to testify against the client of Reese Witherspoon's Elle Woods.
Cardellini's role might have been small, but it was hardly superfluous when it comes to the overarching plot of Elle Woods' overnight ascent to master litigator.
You, however, had time to hide the gun, didn't you, Chutney? After you shot your father.
I didn't mean to shoot him. I thought it was you walking through the door.
Scooby Doo. Although the Scooby Doo films didn't quite make her a household name, they did align her with some very popular teen stars of the time, including Freddie Prinze Jr., Sarah Michelle Gellar, and Matthew Lillard. And her turn as Velma has some purposefully provocative moments that are still worth discussing. Thanks to her thick glasses and unusual hair in the first film, her face wasn't exactly getting seared into audiences' memories during the movie. But after her big makeover scene in Scooby Doo 2: Monsters Unleashed, her true appearance became much less of a mystery for moviegoers. Brokeback Mountain. Cardellini also had a brief role in Ang Lee's Brokeback Mountain as Cassie Cartwright, a small-town waitress who takes a shine to Heath Ledger's Ennis Del Mar, not knowing he's still holding a candle for Jake Gyllenhaal's Jack Twist. Cardellini admitted that her interest in the small role first stemmed from her admiration for the director and screenwriter. She told the AV Club,
"I'm a huge Ang Lee fan and a huge Larry McMurtry fan. That script is so beautiful. I remember spending 45 minutes auditioning and thinking, I may not get this part, but it doesn't matter because I just spent 45 minutes getting directed by Ang Lee. When I got the part, it was really a gift and privilege." ER. Cardellini really got to show off her flair for the dramatic with a long-standing role on NBC's ER as Samantha Taggart, a nurse who is both a recovering alcoholic and a single mother. She played the character for 6 seasons, enduring everything from unstable exes to a hostage situation at the hospital to an exploding ambulance. Although she was able to do other projects during a 5-season run on the show, she's called the experience of being on the series a marathon and didn't commit to doing any regular TV work, other than voice roles in animated series, for the better part of a decade afterward. Return. One of Cardellini's post-DR passion projects was a small film called Return, which featured her in the lead as a war veteran returning home to her family and finding that although she's wanted nothing more than to be with them again, she doesn't recognize or feel recognized by her old world. The film was one of the first that would feature Cardellini in every scene, and while it might not have been a box office smash, it was one of several well-reviewed projects that would help earn the actress some serious indie cred. Mad Men. Among the many prestige TV shows to take hold of Hollywood in recent years, AMC's Mad Men had to have the most buzzy cameo list of all, Cardellini included. In the show's 6th season, she debuted in her recurring role as Sylvia Rosen, a neighbor to Jon Hamm's Don Draper. She becomes his part-time lover and eventually full-time obsession. Her appearance on the show reveals some staggering details about his oft-mysterious past. For Cardellini, being a part of the award season favorite series meant that she'd have to keep a set secret. But that extra work on the home front was worth it because she earned her first and only Emmy nomination for her work on the show. Daddy's Home. Cardellini does seem particularly at home in the comedy realm. It's what made her a good fit for a guest role on New Girl and why she was such a scene stealer in Grandma's Boy. And Daddy's Home and its sequel gave the actress another chance to play around with some other funny people for a while, namely Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg. In the movies, she stars as Sarah, the mother of 2 whose new spouse is an ideal stepfather to her children, but whose first husband is a mess who returns to stir up trouble and attempt to win back his family from the new guy. Antics ensue. Bloodline. Cardellini's real return to the small screen came by way of Netflix's Bloodline as Meg Rayburn, the youngest in a tumultuous family who tries and often fails to broker peace between her siblings. She starred in the series for 3 seasons, which gave her character plenty of room to arc into some dark places, and Cardellini relished the opportunity. She initially joined the series because of the talent that she'd get to work with on the show, but found that working on another series gave her the opportunity to stretch her creative legs in a way films cannot. As she told Elle magazine, "I think there are great roles for women in television because there is time to allow those characters to evolve." Voice work. In addition to having a diverse portfolio of screen appearances, Cardellini is also a prolific voice actress. She started doing vocal work for video games before earning a title role in the short-lived ABC animated series The Good Family. She'd go on to do voice work for a number of other cartoon shows, including Scooby Doo Mystery Incorporated, Out There, Regular Show, and Disney's Gravity Falls.
I'm gonna wear your butt on my foot like a rhinestone slipper.
Her familiar voice may make it difficult for her to make prank calls, but the ability to act off camera has definitely helped her pay the bills over the years in between on-screen gigs. Thanks for watching. Click the looper icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plus, check out all this cool stuff we know you'll love too.